Hey everyone, this is Krisha. I just got out of the shower, and probably like a lot of you, I have like shower ideas, right? When you get insights that come in, um, while you're just doing something other than what you're normally doing. Like that's pretty much what's happening in the shower is basically you're not focusing on, you're not distracted by anything other than just the water, and it feels so good. And you know what, actually that is what feminine flow feels like, right? When you're locked into your feminine, like it feels like when you're in water, it feels like when you're on vacation, it feels like when you just get in the shower. And so when that happens, what is happening is you're in surrender, right? Like you're in surrender and you're in receiving mode. And so that's why ideas can come to you in those instances, whereas maybe not so much, when you're all up in your head, because now you're no longer in your feminine flow, right? So anyway, I was in the shower and I completely forgot to share this. Like months and months and months and months ago, I wanted to start talking about this and I didn't. And I think I felt like, oh, it's so edgy. Like I'm going to alienate some of my audience and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, but maybe that's a good fucking thing. It actually is a good thing. Like it's smart business. But I'm a human at the end of the day, and I love all humans. I really, truly love all humans. And I hate the idea of turning somebody off. It just doesn't feel good for me because it's like, that's a potential person I could have helped. But that doesn't always work in the business world. And whoever I don't capture, there's enough people out there doing this kind of work now that I feel confident that somebody else will capture them, right? So whoever's not for me will find the right person. I know that because there's so many amazing coaches out there now, right? I don't think I felt that way a few years ago. There weren't a lot of really amazing coaches, but there are now. So if somebody bounces off me because ooh, that's offensive, or I don't like what Krisha has to say, or whatever, I know that that person's going to find somebody else who, is going to take good care of them. And so letting go of the idea of trying to save everybody and, trying to serve everybody, like it's not possible. It's exhausting. And this is what a lot of women get into trouble with, is trying to be all the things to all the people in their lives, and just like please like crazy, and just try to, like I said, be all the things to all the people, right? It's so exhausting for women to do that. And, we see this a lot in business, especially with coaches, where women have a really hard time niching down. I know I did. And it is really rooted in this, feminine nurturing. But in the toxic way, it's like the need to please everybody at the expense of yourself, right? It's rooted in that. And so when you can heal that part, then like you can start to niche and let go of the fact that you might not be picking up everybody. You just can't, right? So I had done that work in lots of other areas of my life, but not in my business. And so I'm grateful for this insight, to be able to maybe share a little bit more raw and real stuff with you. And if it alienates people, it alienates people. Like, what am I going to do about it? I can't keep keeping this inside. So, yeah. And I don't have a marketing or a strategy plan around this yet. So I don't know what I'm going to be speaking about, when I'm going to be speaking, where I'm going to be speaking. I don't know. It has to be natural and organic and authentic. Or it can't come out properly. So I don't do canned, I don't do scripts, I don't do meatloaf Mondays and stuff like that, because that's not authentic to my cycle. And I'm not talking period cycle. I'm just talking about my own personal cycle as a woman, how I run through my emotions, how I cycle through my emotions. And, I know that I can't have something that is like so structurally consistent, because then I'm forcing things to happen. And when I force things to happen, no bueno, it sounds awful. It comes across weird. It's not authentic. So, if you've ever seen any of my content that's ever felt inauthentic or weird or whatever, just know that it was coming from an authentic place, but it was also coming from a place of, oh shit, it's Monday and I haven't posted in like 2 days. I need to post something, like that panic. So I can stay relevant and stay in business and blah, 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 rather than, oh, I have a really delicious insight that I'm just going to share. Yeah. So anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. And we're already at 6 minutes. Yay. Yay me for talking a long time, and yay you for watching. So thank you. So yeah, let's talk about the word pussy here, because it is a strong word, a really strong word. And yet we use it, I don't, but some people use it in a derogatory way. Oh, you're such a pussy, right? Well, I think we need to claim this word back, because it's actually an incredibly, incredibly powerful word. That part for a woman is her power center. That's our power center. It's where our intuition can live. It's one of our senses, to be honest. I consider my vagina, my pussy, a sense. I get a sense in whether something is good for me or bad for me, mostly through my vagina, my pussy. So it is a sense. It's a power center. I never used to, until I opened it up and started like really tapping into my feminine. Holy moly, is it ever a good barometer on what is good for me and what is not good for me? It knows. And it tries to scream at me and tell me, and I'm still learning to trust it. But this part has been shut down for women forever, because of derogatory comments like, oh, you're such a pussy, meaning you're so weak, right? What? So if we're looking at pussy as something that is weak, then as women, we're going to feel at a subconscious level that we are weak, because we are our pussy. That is like our power center. So if you tell us that we're weak down there, and you've been telling us this for centuries, well, we're going to believe that there's no power in that. And so what happens is all these women now are walking around asexual, pretty much, shut down sexually, shut down from their feminine, shut down from their intuition, trying to figure out what the hell in this world of masculine patriarchy energy, and not really feeling like they fit in. And that the only way a woman can raise in the ranks is if she uses her pussy, i.e. prostitutes herself, right? Like, what the fuck have we done here in terms of that derogatory wording or intonation, and like this sexualization of it as if it's a bad thing? And most women that I know who are awake and tapped into their goddess, they love sex. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All parts of it. And that is a very natural space for women to be in, right? to a varying degree. It doesn't have to be as luscious and hungry as maybe what I come across, right? Maybe it's like, you know, a softer version of that. But there should still be an awakening there, because that is our power center. That is another sense, sixth sense, right there. When you can start tapping into the energy of what's available in the lower half of your body, man, oh man, it is a power like none other for women. So we need to take back this word and stop making it dirty or shameful for no matter what's happened. You know, we're not dirty, we're not shameful no matter what's happened. We are women, and we are not men. And we have our own unique set of flavors and nuances and ways of being that haven't been seen. And so it feels really weird at first to go into your feminine. It's like, ooh, this is so out there. But the more you do it, the more you're going to be like, oh my God, where has this been my whole life? You know, like finally I feel normal, right? And I want more and more and more women to feel like this, because I still feel weird amongst women who haven't fully stepped into their goddess, right? And so I know that this is where we need to be and how we need to feel. And when all of us are feeling this way, holy moly, like, the world is just going to be amazing. You know, but there's still a dichotomy there between women who have done this kind of work and women who haven't yet. And so sometimes I even feel a little bit like a freak, because it's like, ooh, wow, you know, until I meet up with other women who have opened up the goddess in them. And then I'm like, oh yeah, this is normal. This feels so good, right? So we need to take this word back and really truly start to embrace our inner goddess. And I have a new program that I'm launching, or like in a couple of weeks, and it is the School of Sensuality. And I'm teaching women how to be in touch with their feminine selves, how to find that joy, like how to find that self-love, right? Like I'm known for sabotage slaying. I'm known for helping people get out of their shadows. I'm known for helping people with that deeper transformational work. But what I know to be true is that you need to have a healthy dose of self-worth, self-esteem, and self-love before you can effectively dive into the real deep. Because otherwise, if you dive into the deep without a healthy sense of self-love, it can be really damaging because you haven't learned how to tame the nasty judge voice in your head. So if you're already judging yourself for how you look or how you sound or what you do or what you're wearing or what you're not wearing, or you're not tapped into your feminine body, you have shame around sex, you have shame around your body, you think you're too fat, you think you're too skinny, whatever it is, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, whatever the story is, you're not enough, you're not lovable. If you're just like running that story, and then you go to do the deeper work of like, you know, addressing your shadow, which is what a lot of transformational coaching and some psychotherapy and stuff is. And what it does is it exposes your underbelly, right? So it exposes all of the pieces of yourself that you're just like, oh my God, am I doing that? Like, do I do that? Shit. Oh my God, it's my life is my responsibility. You mean I can't be a victim in this anymore? Like when you start to realize those things, the ugly truths, they can turn on you and make you out to be a bad person even more than you already believe you are. So if you don't have a healthy dose of self-esteem and self-worth, and you spelunk, that I like to call it you might spiral out, and the work might be like a little bit wasted because you just don't have the capacity to go that deep. So I've experienced that. And I also experienced what it's like to go deep while deeply loving myself. And it's a very different experience, a very, very different experience. And because I love myself now, when I go into the darks and I look at my stuff, what is also present there is, oh my God, like an immense amount of gratitude, an immense amount of gratitude, and an immense amount of self-love and compassion. And like I'm nowhere near as hard on myself. Let's just put it that way, right? When you're so hard on yourself, that's when like going deeper it's too much. So I created this program because I'm serious about this work. I'm serious about this and about helping people with this. And I wanted it to be something that was really going to meet you where you're at. So there's 2 levels. Level 1 is Feminine Rising. So that's all about like bringing in that self-love and bringing in that joy and doing like the sexy practices and just like, awakening your inner goddess. We've got to wake her up. You've got to claim your pussy, right? Wake up in that area. And like just love yourself, love your body, love, nourish yourself, right? And then level 2, then we can go deep. Then we can be like, okay, let's look at all your shit, right? Because now you know how to take care of yourself when the shit hits the fan, when things get tough, when it gets incredibly uncomfortable, which it does. You now have a lot of nourishing practices that you can go to and be like, okay, wow, this is deep. I'm having a bad day, but I know that I've got breath work, or I know I have meditation, or I know I have nature, or I know I have masturbation. I know I have my tools on how to manage when the shit hits the fan for me, emotionally or physically or whatever, right? So, yeah, I said a lot in this video, but the point is basically that as women, we really need to reclaim our femininity because it's life-changing, and it will be planet-changing too. Like for the planet, we're nurturers, and we need to be in our feminine to be able to nurture properly. And this planet, in case you haven't noticed, needs some healing right now, right? Like, we're messed up. And women are the ones who are going to be ushering this in and supporting this and helping this change. So this work is important. It's important for all women. So if you are considering, working on this, let's have a conversation and see if I'm the right mentor for you for this work. And if not, there's tons of other women who are teaching this. And I know that you'll find, the right person for you, and I'll find the right clients for me, right? And then everybody will be happy. So go be your feminine goddess self and reclaim the word pussy, right? Remember that shower thoughts are because you're just in flow. And it feels really good to be in flow. Really good. Like amazing things happen when you're in flow. The coolest things happen when you're in flow. All the synchronicities and all of that. If you can get over your ego's need, which is really hard to know what's coming and be in control and all of that, being in flow is a really, really beautiful thing. So enjoy your day, have some flow, and thank you for watching. And if you want in the program, just send me a DM.